This is a distinction that our beloved teacher Mahatma Choa has very clearly spoken about, and very emphatically he has given us methods by which we can work with these thought forms. First thing, understand that what are thought forms? Thought forms, see, in energy, thoughts happen in form. Thoughts have form. They don't have physical form, but they have energy forms. So anger has a particular form. Jealousy has a particular form. Happiness has a particular form. Okay? Kindness has a particular form. All thoughts happen in form. There is no thought that happens without a form. Some type of a form. And this form is the different colors of energy and the different shapes of energy. They don't have a physical form, but they have an energy form. Now these forms have been happening when we are taking janma after janma after janma, so incarnation after incarnation. So we are old. No, the souls are old. They are not just, the body is new. The body is just for this lifetime, but the soul is old. So these thought forms are carried forward from one lifetime to another lifetime to another lifetime to another lifetime. So you make all sorts of thoughts, and every thought has a form, and this form lodges in your consciousness. So these are thought forms. According to our teacher, no human being can live without a thought form. So you work with a particular set of thought forms. Some of them are contributory. We call them positive thought forms. Some of them are derogatory. So we call them negative thought forms. First thing what one must understand, that there is no thought form intrinsically good or intrinsically bad. No thought form is intrinsically good or intrinsically bad. A thought form is positive or negative if in that situation, at that period of time, it helps you move forward in life. If at that period of time, in that particular situation, it makes you regress, then it is negative. If it makes you progress, it is positive. So a thought form is a thought form. An appropriate use of that thought form in a particular environment, in a particular period of time, will determine if that thought form is positive, because it is contributory, or it is regressive, or it is negative. So that's about thought forms. So everything is a thought form. So people are going to listen to this video. They have a thought form that this guy is going to say something that is going to help me. Maybe it will, maybe it's not. Now, if what I say helps them, then that thought form of theirs is positive. If what I say doesn't help them or takes them backwards, then that thought form of theirs is negative. It has nothing to do with what I'm saying. If they are listening to it with a particular frame of mind, it will help them. If they are listening to it with a different frame of mind, it will not help. So it's a thought form. You are asking me a question with the hope in your mind that I will answer it to you to your satisfaction. That's a thought form. We have a thought form about people, we have a thought form about actions, we have a thought form about things, we have a thought form about situations, we have a thought form about time, everything. You cannot live a life without a thought form. Human beings can't live without thought forms. But they have to choose the right thought form for a situation in a particular time frame. If you choose the right thought form, then they become contributory, they are positive thought forms. If you don't choose the right thought form, they become negative. So it's derogatory. That's about thought forms. When we study energy healing, we learn how to neutralize negative thought forms. We learn how to introduce positive thought forms. Because negative thought forms can bring in depression, can bring in anxiety. No? You know of a lot of people who simply live their life thinking, what will happen tomorrow? Well, que sera, sera. What can you say about what will happen tomorrow? It's fine. Whatever happens, you must take it in your stride and learn how to work with it and make a good deed out of it. Make a good deal out of it. But people are not like that. They have a worry thought form. They have an anxiety thought form. They will start thinking, oh, what will happen tomorrow? What will happen if I do this? What will happen if I don't do this? Well, if you do, something will happen. If you don't do, something will happen. Are you prepared for the consequences? If you are prepared for the consequences, depression won't happen. If you are not prepared for the consequences, definitely an anxiety thought form will lead you to depression. Now, people come to us for treatment of depression. As an energy healer, people would come for treatment of depression. Now, if they come to you for treatment of depression, the first thing you need to do is to get rid of that thought form. Neutralize that thought form. Neutralize the negative effect of that thought form and introduce positive thought forms that will take him ahead and make him succeed in life. So, we learn, anybody can learn. Anybody can learn a course in energy healing and learn how to deal with their thought forms. This is very important because in the life of today, where everything is in such a flux. One moment it is something, another moment it is something else. No, life is like that. Everything is changing at a speed that we are really find it difficult to keep pace with. Here, the very important thing in your life is your thought form. Your thought form will determine how well you can deal with your situation. Therefore, my invitation to people is learn how to deal with these thought forms. Now, thought forms definitely affect your life, as we have spoken about it. There are other things that happen. There are naturally occurring beings in nature. There are naturally occurring beings in nature of lower consciousness. They don't have a physical body, but they are energy beings. Energy beings. These are called elementals. Now, these elementals in nature, they are naturally occurring, so they are there. And nature doesn't have anything that is inappropriate. If nature produces a weed, it is appropriate. If nature produces a thorn, it is appropriate. You may not want it at that place in that time, but it has its purpose to serve. If you have a thorny bush in a rose garden, the roses itself have thorns. But if you have a thorny bush in a flower area, then of course it is no good because you will not be able to even pluck the flowers when you want it. So, but the thorny bush has a fence, has a hedge, is very good. So it has its role. Now, if you do not understand the role of that thorny bush and say, no, thorny bush is not good, it's nothing right. The thorny bush is good. Nature has produced it. Remember this, nature does not include anything in its list which is inappropriate. So you have a nature being, of an energy being, of lower consciousness that's naturally occurring. We call it an elemental. Why is an elemental required? These elementals are needed to disintegrate negative energy. The purpose of elementals is to disintegrate negative energy. There is a lot of negative energy in this world. For example, if you go to a forest, there is dead leaf, there are dead branches. Ultimately becomes humus. And the humus has to be disintegrated. If it doesn't disintegrate, it will rot and cause infection and spread disease. Who disintegrates this? The elementals. They disintegrate humus. You will find them in the garbage dumps. They are disintegrating the garbage. Some of them we technically call bacteria. Some of them we technically call bacteria. They are needed to digest and to disintegrate negative energy. You find them in the graveyards. You find them in the drainage system, in the sewerage system. They are important. If they are not there, who will disintegrate it? They disintegrate it and ultimately help it to, for example, you take a dead person, dead body, or take dead leaf or dead trees or garbage or whatever it is disintegrated and converted into manure for the earth. So their job is to convert negative energy into positive energy. Negative material, degenerating material into regenerating material. So is that helpful to nature or not? Very much helpful to nature. Yes. Does that mean that you are going to make your abode inside the garbage bin? No, it will be bad for you. Now what happens? These negative elementals are attracted to negative energy because that's what they live on. That's what they thrive on. They look for negative energy. Wherever there is negative energy, they are attracted to. Now you walk around with lots of negative thought forms, lots of thought forms that are regressive. So a lot of negative energy in your aura, lot of negative energy in your chakras, and you pass a garbage bin. You go into the forest where there is a lot of humus. You go in a graveyard. What will happen? The fellow looks at you. Wow. What lovely negative energy in this person's chakras, in this person's aura. So why should I waste my time in a graveyard or in a, sewerage dump? I will go into his chakras. That's also there. So he comes into your body. That's how you attract negative energy. Negative elementals are attracted only if you have negative thought forms. Mind you, this is a misnomer people have, that if you go into a graveyard, the negative elementals will attack you. The negative elementals need not attack you from a graveyard. They can attack you from anywhere. There is negative energy everywhere in the world. They will come to you only if you have negative thought forms. Only if you have negative energy. So if you don't have negative energy, automatically the negative elementals will run away. It's like a swine, no? Pig. Pig is a scavenger. The scavenger comes only if there is dirt. You can try your best by beating the pig and chasing him out. The pig will never run away. He will tire you. The way to get the pigs out, the scavengers out, is to clean the dirt. If there is a clean place, the pig will come and look for dirt. The pig doesn't come to harass you. The pig doesn't have anything to do with you. The pig wants the dirt. So if there is no dirt, the pig will come once or twice to see, oh, there's no dirt. This is not a good place for me. He will go automatically. You don't have to chase him out because you cannot chase him out. So also you cannot chase out a negative elemental. The way to get rid of a negative elemental is to get rid of the negative energy, meaning to get rid of the negative thought forms. Does a negative elemental affect you? Oh, it affects you very badly. Why? The negative elemental is supposed to disintegrate negative energy. Why should it adversely affect you? Because the moment the level of negative energy starts coming down in your chakra or coming down in your aura, his life is threatened, his existence is threatened. And when the existence of an elemental is threatened, what does he do? He stimulates you to start thinking more negatively, to start having more negative thought forms so that you generate more negative energy, to behave negatively so that you have lots of negativity in your aura. And so, constantly you will be stimulated to do negative things. Many people, if they come to a therapist, they say, I don't know why I did like that. I don't know why I behaved like that. I know I'm not supposed to do that. I know this is not right. But it somehow happened. Why it happened? Because of the elemental sitting there. He makes sure that you will do negative things so that you generate negative energy. If you generate sufficient negative energy, his existence is ensured. Why does he want to get out of your body, and go and eat garbage in a garbage dump? He's having his dinner in a 5-star hotel, free of cost. Why would he go to a street corner for it? It's just like that. So that's what the negative elemental causes problem for you. Not that he hates you, not that he has anything against you, but he's just ensuring that he gets his feed. For that he makes you do negative things. The way to get rid of the elementals is to get rid first of your negative thought forms. How to do it? Start thinking positively. Much easily said than done. Much easily said than done. Get rid of your negativity. This is where the energy healer is a great contributor to your level of well-being. Very great contributor to your level of well-being, because 90% of the ailments that we suffer from, I'm saying 90%, some of the great theosophists have said that every ailment you suffer from is psychosomatic. And if you're suffering from a psychosomatic ailment, the best way to get rid of it is to clean up your psyche. Have your psyche clean. Go to an energy healer, and the energy healer will start the disintegrating process of your thoughts, may help you in installing positive thought forms. So install positive energy, positive thought forms result in positive energy makes it untenable for the elementals to stay around. To a great extent, what does meditation mean? Of course, if you take the very elementary form of meditation, where you're doing focusing, one-pointedness, now that's also a form of meditation. For a beginner, that's a good way to do meditation. Why? Because the mind is a monkey on hot bricks. You will notice that if you start doing meditation, even otherwise if your mind is calm, when you sit for meditation, all sorts of thoughts come into your mind. Many people complain about this. So, all sorts of thoughts come. You cannot sit and meditate, you cannot concentrate at all, because your mind is running around all the places. It's a monkey on hot bricks. So therefore you do this training. You concentrate on a beam of light, you concentrate on the flame of a candle, you take a pen and you keep it at a distance, keep looking at the point of the pen or the pencil. You look at your nose, you concentrate on the tip of your nose, you concentrate on the breath that is going in and out of your nose, something like that to increase your ability of one-pointedness, to bring your mind from thinking all sorts of things to thinking only about one thing. Of course, that type of meditation, what it will do, it will reduce the amount of time that you think about the negativity. To the extent you reduce the time of thinking about the negativity, to that extent there will become no negativity. There's another form of meditation which we call dynamic meditation. What is dynamic meditation? Where you do amount of concentration, but what you do, you induct thoughts of contribution, thoughts of love, thoughts of affection, thoughts of higher spiritual attainment, thoughts of higher consciousness. When you introduce those thoughts in your mind and you start concentrating on them and you start meditating on them, what would happen? Your thought forms will completely begin to change. When the thought forms begin to change, they become brighter, they become lighter, they become more about positivity than negativity. Automatically the elementals will start running away because there's no food for them, right? And in that way, the higher forms of meditation, which we call dynamic meditation, will definitely help.